And somehow, lots of other people had exactly the same feeling, doing exactly the same thing on the same day. And that makes you wonder, maybe it wasn't our own will, maybe it was something else.
On October the 25th, 2003, in the small village of Dalarö in eastern Sweden, a strange event occurred that is yet to be explained. 32 people, unbeknown to each other, converged on the local Volvo dealership to purchase the same model of car on the same day. The acquisitions were all the more spectacular when you consider that the dealership had never sold more than 32 cars in 1 year, let alone a single day. How could this happen?
It's a mystery.
No, we just heard it.
I think it was about 30 families, something that bought the same kind of car. And that's very strange.
Before 9 o'clock that evening, I have sold 42 cars. 42 cars in 1 day. I mean, it's crazy.
This exceeds what could be expected by chance by about 554,000 times.
How about this happening in Los Angeles? How would you explain that? It would be a couple of million Volvo S40s.
So if this occurrence can't be categorized as a coincidence, what is it? Is some type of unknown force coaxing the residents of Dalarö? Has it something to do with the town or the lifestyle of its people?
It's good for the children and good for the soul.
Summertime is good. It's fun and there's lots of people and, you know, people go out with boats and you go swimming and biking or whatever, parties. Winter time is empty and a bit sad.
It's a small town.
Everybody knows everyone.
But Dalarö is a town where people do often have the same kind of thoughts, same kind of values. So maybe they also buy the same cars.
32 people in Dalarö have bought the same car. I didn't like it because I want to be
Unique
with my car.
It seems that on the surface, Dalarö is no different from many other towns in Sweden. There has to be something else that convinced 32 people to simultaneously buy the same car. Is there anything about the car itself?
Well, what appealed to me was that it was a pretty big engine, 6-gear, nice design, new design.
It was because I'm a graphic designer and I really liked the clean lines in this car.
They are a little bit more sporty now.
It feels much more modern and it's quieter and it's smoother and the design inside is...
It's big but not too big and also it's kind of new.
What you call it, center stack in the car also I like. It's very small.
Thin.
And it's not solid. You can there's room behind it.
On this road between Stockholm and Dalarö, there are a lot of reindeer running over the road, and I think many of us here has had bad experiences. And that could be an explanation that we all at Dalarö have decided to have a safe car, but not at the same time.
For it to happen on the same day, we have to look further. What were the other forces at play behind the mystery of Dalarö?
I think it has to do because we hang around a lot together, so maybe we
Sharing the same thoughts.
The search for answers led to the writing of Swiss psychologist Carl Jung.
One of the things Jung wrote about was the idea that we are all born with a collective unconscious and that we are all connected by it. Jung says that there is another dimension, if you will, beneath the surface of our existence that connects the entire world of both mind and matter, and that coincidences are evidence of it.
Is it possible then that the people of Dalarö decided subconsciously to buy a Volvo that Saturday morning? Could these 32 unrelated people actually have been acting as one somehow?
Like if we were fishes, and we were a lot of fishing.
That we go in a school.
Yes, in the school. And suddenly there comes
a fishing school, everybody behaves in the same way.
That. Could be us.
Could the inhabitants of Dalarö been operating in a similar capacity? Did the idea start with one person, or was it decided as a group? Could a collective subconscious be the result when a group of people is exposed to the same influences and experiences?
There is a scientist whose name is Rupert Sheldrake. He has formulated a very interesting theory, and the idea is briefly this, that if enough people do the same thing, it influences next person somewhere, anywhere, who is about to do the same thing, so that he will do it much quicker, much more efficient.
But the event seems to have jumped natural barriers and occurred spontaneously. There was no awareness that the other people would have purchased the car that day.
There are strange things happening all the time, but through chance. But there is a limit to what you can accept as being chance, so you have to look for other explanations in a case like this.
There's a lot of speculations that something, some higher force or something we don't know.
I think it's someone who's hittar på.
Has the power of this town.
Yes.
When I get into my car and I sit in it, I feel like, is this really like my friend? Or is this like my car that I really want? Or is this something I did, but that I didn't want to do?
It's kind of like we were influenced in some way at the same time, all of us. But how?
There's something that I don't really, like some subconsciousness feeling that makes me a bit afraid of myself. Like, what am I going to do in this car? Yeah.
Were the people of Dalarö living in such close proximity to each other, living their lives together, that they were subconsciously conspiring to buy Volvos on that particular day? While they were picking up their children from school, eating in restaurants together, shopping side by side, were they subconsciously making decisions as a group? We may never know what happened in Dalarö. There is a small town in Italy that has 25 residents over 100 years old. An island off Micronesia where 8% of the residents are colorblind. These are small mysteries, but mysteries nonetheless. Questions must be asked until the truth is revealed.